anytime. You can do it. There we go. Alright, let's let the team know that we are maxed. Boom. What's up, everybody? Tardy, Sloth here. Welcome to another episode of WWE Supercard Season 4. We are on the road to glory. We are on the WrestleMania 33 card. And we are about an hour away from hour and 22 minutes away from Team Battleground starting. A sip of coffee there. We need... I've already started some of this on my phone. This is the first time loading into BlueStacks, but... Oh, waiting on network. How glorious. We need about... let's see, 17 charges to max our TBG deck. Are you gonna play? What the crap? It does this every time, I don't know why. 16. We did 16 charges to max out. We have an hour and 21 minutes to do it. We're going to go ahead and play some Road to Glory. Get those charges. Get moved up in the Road to Glory. We're 20 points into Randy Orton. So we can max out our deck. Because we are one of the, I think, top 3 TBG decks for our team right now. We got I think we're 111 point deck. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about while we're playing this, and I've got most of my beast cards in here, just getting them trained up for when we do possibly, eventually get another beast pull. Hopefully it will be a pro, and the other, if we get another, let's say we get another Eric Rowan, I want to make sure that this Eric Rowan is fully trained up and ready to go, so we don't have to worry about training both cards up. Get all our matches played now while we can. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:20 to be exact. I just got home from work not too long ago. I was trying to get this. I was trying to figure out how to make my phone a webcam so I could do some face cam with you guys. But for whatever reason, it's not working. I got the app, the Droid Cam app, and got the Droid Cam program and all that other crap loaded on my computers. Fire up OBS, add the video game capture, it sees Droid Cam, and I get orange box. I don't know what the heck's going on, but it's not working. So I said, screw it. I need to get these charges. I need to get these games played in. We're just going to go ahead and do it. We'll worry about it later. I'll try to figure it out once I get all these charges up. I didn't want to waste any time because I knew I was going to be short on time getting these charges, and I want to max since I have such a high powered deck for our team this go around. And we lost the last TBG, which is something that we don't do. We don't lose TBGs. Our team rarely ever loses, and we had a lot of teammates. We actually had to kick one person, 2 people out of our team because they didn't charge at all, and they didn't play the last event, so they gone. But anyway, what I really wanted to talk about is what I've talked about in the last few videos. The last Dead Rising video, if you haven't seen that, I'll try to put a link here up in the corner of the video to that so you can watch that. Dead Rising 2 Steam version. It's like it's an HD remastered version. It looks the same to me. I don't see a difference in it, but it's still a heck of a lot of fun. So we played some of that. Killed some zombies with a giant cell phone. That was fun. Anyway, the last few videos I talked about the new build that I will be doing. Uh, Hopefully pretty soon. My plan was for the end of February, beginning of March. Get it done. That's tax return time. I generally have a little bit of money to play with at tax return time to do, get the things, splurge on myself, get the things that I never, I don't buy myself throughout the year. So usually that means new PC build for me. Right now I'm rocking an old Dell XPS that I bought for 20 bucks from a Goodwill type store. Just had to fix some BIOS issues that it had. I guess someone decided to get rid of it because it wasn't working. It was a simple BIOS fix. Slapped a hard drive in it, and there we go. Got an i7 with 16 gigs of RAM, and it does what I needed to do for now. What I want to do is record and stream AAA titles, and I just can't do that right now, especially since the graphics card I've got, what was in it, is a GTX 650, and it's a really, really old card. There's a charge. And it's just not, it does this Supercard well. It does BlueStacks well. Of course, BlueStacks doesn't take hardly anything to run, so. But that's neither here nor there. The plan in March was originally either an i7 7700K or the possibility of a Ryzen 1700X. Now, once I decided I was leaning towards the Ryzen build, I thought, hey, this will be fun. I've never done Ryzen. I've never done AMD before. Ryzen doing some really, really cool things. It might be fun to build a Ryzen rig, Ryzen PC, or AMD PC, at least for the chipset, Graphics card prices being way out of whack right now, especially on AMD's side, especially with the high-end cards like the Vega. It just didn't seem feasible to go AMD chipset and AMD GPU. So I figured if I could at least do an AMD chipset, we'll see how this multi-core, a higher core CPU works for me. I want to get more into the streaming side of it, and I have done it a few times. Basically just streaming Supercard, since that's really the only thing that this PC will allow me to stream at a decent rate, where it's not laggy, it's not choppy. You can actually get a decent viewing experience, and OBS works with it. Every other game that I've tried, it's just laggy and it's just stuttery, and it's crap. So that was the original plan, to go 1700X. Until, I think the day after I put out the PUBG video where I was talking about the build that I wanted to do, Ryzen shows up at CES, AMD shows up at CES, and announces the Ryzen 2nd Gen CPUs. And then it's like, crap. Now I have to rethink things. Do I want to wait until April to pick up, and keep in mind, wait until April, and on top of that, spend more money than I was anticipating spending to go ahead and get that 2nd Gen CPU, get the newest of the new, get a new X470 motherboard, something like that. And I contemplated it over a few days. I talked to a couple of people, one person in particular who put things in perspective for me, and kind of made me get to the point where I'm about 99% sure that this is what I'm going to do. I said, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best to get a 2700X and an X470 motherboard pre-ordered. And I'm going to do my very, very, very best. This is I might have to sacrifice maybe an SSD or something like that for a physical hard drive, at least for the time being, just in order to keep it under, from the budget from getting out of control. because wifey will not like that if I go too crazy with this. She's behind me 110%. She wants me to get what I want. She wants me to be able to do what I want when it comes to making content for you guys and streaming content for you guys. However, she does have a threshold. She does have a point where she's not going to allow me to go over a certain point. And we haven't really figured out what that is yet. But I get the feeling as soon as we find out what the prices are going to be for these new chipsets and things like that. I already know that the Gigabyte motherboard is coming in, the X470 is coming in at like $200 to $250, which is a lot for a motherboard. It really is. I mean, I don't like spending more than $100, $150 on a motherboard. But I thought, you know what, if I'm going to go second gen processor, I've heard there are some added benefits to the second gen motherboards. I don't know exactly what they are per se. I know the Gigabyte motherboard that they showed off at CES, which is like the only one that they showed off at CES, has a couple little bells and whistles. Like I think there's a power button, a motherboard power button on the rear I/O, like on the outside of the rear I/O, so you don't have to actually open your case to, you know, if you don't have your front I/O connected or something like that, you don't have to open the case to get to a button on the motherboard, which is pretty cool. I don't know how you know often I'm going to use something like that. Probably never. Probably when I set it up for the first time to make sure everything works before I actually build the thing completely in the case. It might be, you know, might come in handy. But that's neither here nor there. It looks really cool. It's got some nice RGB elements to it on the I/O, not the I/O shield. Yeah, the I/O shield has like an RGB element to it. Some of the board has an RGB element to it, and it looks really cool. So I think it'll be worth the extra money. I think it's something that you guys will want to see. So what I plan to do, of course, this is all budget willing and wife willing, she allows me to do this, is I'm going to get my hands on it as soon as possible. Preferably day one. Get my hands on this new chipset, new motherboard. I want to already have every other component to this PC purchased in my possession, ready to go, as put together as possible, as ready to go as possible. That way, as soon as I get it in my hands, as soon as I get this processor in my possession, it's build time, baby. And I'm going to build this sucker. I'm going to do a time-lapse video. At least I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do a time-lapse video of the build. My brother's going to come over to help me out, speed the process along. We're going to get it loaded up with the operating system. We're going to get it loaded up with all the games. We're going to get Steam on it, OBS on it, all that good stuff. And I want, my goal is to have the build video and a gaming showcase video on the same day. My goal is to have both of them up day one. I want to be one of the first ones. You know, I know the big guys, Linus and Bitwit and Jay's 2 Cents and those guys, Tom's Hardware. They're gonna have these videos up. I said Tom's Hardware, didn't I? Paul's Hardware. They're gonna have these videos up same day, you know, because they're gonna get their hands on this stuff early. I understand that. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not a big tech guy, but I want to have it up as soon as possible because I want to be able to bring this stuff to you guys ASAP. I want people to search for the new AMD chipsets, gaming performance, PUBG on these things, Ark Survival Evolved on these systems, and things like that as soon as possible. Day one, as soon as these things are released, people are going to start searching YouTube for this like crazy. And I know that, because I would be one doing it. If I didn't already, if I wasn't going to get my hands on this day one, and I wasn't going to be so busy building and setting up everything and setting up drives and putting things in RAID 0 and all that other crap, I would be the one that was searching YouTube all day long looking for videos to see how well this performs. Now, the caveat to that, the asterisk to that, the additional thing, is that if I can, if budget willing, if the cosmos align, I would like to do a full AMD build, and that's assuming by April that this Vegas 64 situation isn't insane still, and you can't find one anywhere, and if you can find one, it's like $800 or $900 or whatever, because that just ain't gonna happen. Let's just face it, that's just not gonna happen. That's ridiculous. So the goal is, if I can, I would like to get my hands on a Vegas 64, and have a full-on AMD build. I want to do black and red, or possibly even, I mean, everybody does black and red with Ryzen. I feel like that's, or AMD. It's like AMD is team red. So people do black and red builds all the time. There's nothing special with that. There's nothing out of the ordinary. And I'm kind of one of those guys. I like to have things a little bit out of the ordinary. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I want to do something different. And I'm sure this has been done before, but my second initial thought after black and red was black and orange. Doing a black and orange rig might be kind of cool for AMD. The Gigabyte motherboard has some orange accents on it. It would go nicely with it, I think. So yeah, I think finding orange LED like fans might be an issue. So I don't know. If I have to, I mean, I can always do. Orange LED is not something you see that often, though, you know. So that might be an issue. We'll have to see how that works out. We'll have to scour the internets, the interwebs, and try to find something that has orange LEDs in it. Or I can find orange LED light strips or something to stick in the case or something, just to make it glow orange. Maybe do a couple of white fans or a couple of clear, transparent fans, although they attract dust and get yellowed. I don't like that. But maybe finding a couple of white fans or something like that, that it's gonna, like, you know, putting orange LED strips in there will make the fans look orange. That might be a possibility. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you know of any orange fans that are really, really nice, I'm not looking for something super expensive, obviously. I got to keep the cost to a minimum, but if it's a decent fan, a decent case fan, maybe something with the orange LEDs in it, let me know. Put a link in the comments. Let me know where to find it. Amazon, Newegg, whatever. BizRate, PC Biz, or whatever the heck the other company is. Let me know if you can find something. Let me know anything that you know about Ryzen that maybe I don't know. I don't know much about the specs of the new 2700X. I don't know much about the specs of the motherboard. Excuse me. I just know that I don't want to be the one buying 1700X a month before the 2700X comes out, and then by the time it comes out, I see all this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so insane. It's so, oh, this is an Intel killer, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, dang, I should have waited. I should have waited an extra month. So, and also it gives me the chance to possibly save a little bit of money between end of February and whenever this thing drops in April. So that's a big possibility. So anyway, I think that will be fun. I've never done AMD before. Like I've said in previous videos, I'm an Intel person. I've always been an Intel guy, and it's simply because I started off with Intel. I never have done AMD before. I've never had an AMD system in my life. Chipset, graphics card, nothing. I never owned one in my life. It's always been NVIDIA and Intel. It's always Team Blue, Team Green. And for no other reason other than the fact it's just plain old ignorance. I don't know much about AMD, so I choose to I gravitate towards the processors that I understand how they work. I understand what the numbers mean. I understand what i3, i5, and i7, what the difference is. I understand the difference between 6700K and a 7700K. Stuff like that. That's always why I've been there. It's not fanboyism per se. It's more of just it's it's a comfort zone thing, and stepping out of my comfort zone is something that I think I want to try to do more of this year. New Year's resolution, call it what you want. I think it's just stepping outside my comfort zone is something that I'm interested in doing a lot, or at least a little bit of this year. Some of the things is completely unrelated, and we're going to switch gears here because we've talked about AMD and Intel and the new build and all that other stuff in 3 videos now, which is fine. I love talking about it, don't get me wrong. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, excuse me, one of the things I wanted to talk about was my plans to step outside my comfort zone a little bit more this year. And one of the things that that is going to happen this year, excuse me, is I'm gonna go camping, like, nature and stuff. Me being a PC guy, a computer guy, video gamer guy, I don't like nature. I don't like bugs. I mean, call me a pansy if you want. I just don't like them. Why would I sleep outside in the dirt when we have houses? You know what I mean? It just doesn't, logically, it doesn't make sense to me. So I naturally gravitate towards I don't want to go camping. I don't like nature. I don't want to sleep in a tent. What if there's a bear? Yeah, I don't want to get mauled by a cougar. Or I guess I'm in Florida, so panther. I don't know. I don't like doing it. It freaks me out. It's outside, like I said, it's outside of my comfort zone, and I don't feel like doing it. But my wife loves to go camping. She loves to go to natural springs. She loves to go and be with nature. She's that kind of chick. And I said, we're getting really close. Can we get a beast card here? Can we? Oh crap! I got one more. Okay, play the next game. So one of the things that we're gonna do this year, and we're gonna do it more than once, from what I gather. This is what the boss told me, aka the wife. She told me we're gonna go to a couple different springs here in Florida, and we're gonna get campsites, and we're gonna sleep in a tent. We're gonna buy a big 8-person tent or whatever, and we're gonna spend 2 nights or a whole weekend at I don't think she said Silver Springs, because we went there last year. We did not camp at Silver Springs. We got a hotel because Daddy doesn't like nature, so I didn't want to sleep in a freaking tent. So we got a hotel last time, and although we had a lot of fun, she wants to do it the right way, I guess you could say. And I'm doing air quotes. You can't see me, but air quotes, the right way. She wants to go camping at, I think it was Rainbow Springs or something like that. So I said, you know what? Fine. Okay, we'll do it. It's like I said, it's getting out of my comfort zone. It's doing something that I wouldn't normally do. And who knows, I might have a blast. I might love it to death and want to do it again. And I think that's her hope, because she knows that, that I'm going to be, it's spending time with the family. It's away from technology. It's away from, all the video games and YouTube and Netflix and all that other crap. So I get it. I said, fine, we're going to do that. But the trade-off was, we do that, we go camping at a springs or something like that, or some campsite or natural state park or preserve or something like that. And the trade-off is that the next trip that we take, which doesn't happen often, but that's something we want to do again this year, stepping outside our comfort zone, take more trips with the family. More family time. I think that's important. And it's something that we sometimes take for granted a lot. The fact that we do have a big family, and we need to spend more time with them. One-on-one, without all these technological distractions. Although these distractions are awesome. You're watching one right now. But I said, we go camping, that's fine. I'll go camping. I'll be good. I'll have a good time. I won't be grumpy the whole time because I'm, getting chased by mosquitoes or whatever. But the trade-off is that the next trip we take is going to be Disney. We got to go to Disney World. We live in Florida, for crying out loud. We've only been to Disney World once with our family, and the wife and I have been together for 10 years. So, yeah, we went one time when our oldest son was like 3 months old, and he's 8 now. So, it's been a long freaking time. And it's time to go back to the Magic Kingdom, or whatever. We went to Epcot when he was 3 months old. We haven't even been to the Magic Kingdom since she was 18 years old, I think it was. Anyway, it was 19. It was her 19th birthday. I can't remember. It's been a really long time to say that. Because I'm a Disney freak. I love Disney and everything about it. I love the music. I love the movies. And I'm a 36-year-old dude. You know, there's something about Disney. It takes me back to my childhood. We used to go to Disney. You know, I probably went to Disney a dozen times when I was a kid. My parents took us all the time. We live in Florida. It's only a couple of hours away. It's not a big deal. We go for the day. We come back. But it is extremely expensive. A lot more expensive than it was. And it was expensive when I was a kid. You know, in the late 80s, early 90s. But it's expensive now. I mean, I did a budget for just the family. The wife and I, and we have six children between the two of us. I have 2 older teenagers, and my wife and I have 4 children together. So me and the wife and 6 kids, just for the day, drive up there, go to Magic Kingdom, get a meal, not even an expensive meal, get one of the cheap meals, because you can get all the prices and stuff online for the menus for Magic Kingdom. Get a meal. Get like a $20 souvenir for each person. Is it a beast? Is it a beast? Is it a beast? Waiting on it. Title match. Hey, still good. Was like $1,300, I think, for one day. That's a lot of money. But if you've ever been to Disney before, it's magical. It really is, especially for kids. But I'm gonna tell you what. If Daddy's going to Disney World, I'm going to be the happiest person in that freaking park. Because I haven't been in 10 years almost. 8 years. And I've wanted to go back ever since. We just can never afford it because, like I said, it's so daggone expensive. But anyway, I think we got all our charges. Let's go ahead and charge up. Yeah, we do. No, we need one more. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Yeah, we got a lot in about an hour. It was only about 30 minutes. We got a lot of these bad boys. Oh my God, there we go. Going slow. They're going to need to play one more game, guys. That's okay. Oh, come on. 2. There we go. Alright, one more game. Oh, look at that. One more bout. One more game. One more charge. Let's do this. Let's get maxed out. Let's get ready for TBG. And it's a +10. Anyway, so yeah, that's the state of Tardy Sloth right now. This is what we're going through. This is what we're doing. This is what we're thinking about doing. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun next few months. I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait till April. And see, that's what I'm saying. I'm 99% sure this is what I want to do, because I'm already thinking, God, I can't wait till April. I can't wait to build this PC. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so awesome. Games are going to look so beautiful. And, you know, one of the main reasons why I think I've decided to go with AMD with the new Ryzen chipset is 8 cores, 16 threads. I'm going to be able to multitask, which is something, if you've ever made a YouTube video before, if you've ever uploaded a YouTube video before, if you've ever rendered using Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere or whatever you use. I use Sony Vegas personally because I know how to use it, kind of. I know enough to make these videos. Doing that while anything else is almost impossible, even for a mid to high-end PC. And I think having, from what I understand, is having those extra cores, having those 16 threads is going to allow me to record a video while my computer is simultaneously rendering the last video I recorded. Do you know what I mean? That's something that's a huge time saver. When it takes an hour and 15 minutes to render a 35-minute video, 45-minute video, that's an hour and a half that I could be using recording the next video. And it's just cutting time in half, and that's one of the things that I've always struggled with, is the time. Because like I said, I have a large family, I have a lot of kids. I don't have time to sit out in the office all the time for 4 to 6 hours a day recording videos. I also have a full-time job, so anything that can allow me to save time and still make quality content is what I'm looking for. And I think the only way I'm gonna get that under a certain dollar amount, without going like what's the X series Intel chipset. I'm not going to spend $400 or $500 on a chipset. That's just ridiculous. Is to go Ryzen. I hear really great things about it, so I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. So if you're excited as well, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your plans are. Are you building a rig? Are you building a new computer? What are your specs looking like? Are you going budget friendly? Are you going esports titles? Are you going as cheap as possible? Or are you going all out? Are you going balls to the wall? Are you going to be like me and get the new chipset? Or are you going to just avoid the new chipset altogether, wait a few months, wait for the bugs and kinks and BIOS updates to be worked out before you decide to go that route? Or do you just want to save a little bit of money, because the 1700, the first gen Ryzen chips, are going to be dropped in price a little bit if they haven't already. I think they already have, actually. I think as soon as they announce the new chipset, the 1700s drop by like $50. I have to check to make sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. We're gonna get this charge or what? There we go. We got it. We're maxed. But let me know in the comments below what you're planning on doing. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Click that little bell. That way you can be notified as soon as this new PC is built. You're going to get a notification to watch it and be ready for that. Let's back out. Let's go put this charge in, and we are done. Maxed out. Anytime now. Anytime now. You can do it. There we go. Alright, let's let the team know that we are maxed. Boom. Harleen needs to power up for show. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the day. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, well, just don't say anything. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a good one.